Last night was draft night, baby. Let's talk about it, get some reactions, share some video clips and photos, and more. Stay tuned.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh.
Murray heaves it downfield. It is. Oh, it's caught. It is caught. DeAndre Hopkins. Miraculous. It's Murray magic.
The sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Welcome back to the sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Singh, along with my co-host, Charlotte Shaff. Charlotte, how has your week been?
My week has been busy as usual and very exciting. I can't wait to talk about what I did last night. And let's just say this whole week has been leading up to the draft. So I'm glad that it's finally here and we're finally getting the news that we've wanted.
Exactly. We can finally put a big fat bow on this conversation.
Right. The fatigue is over. Finally.
Fatigue is over. I had a few too many drinks probably last night, but it was a good time. A good time was
That's
had.
all that matters. That's all that matters. You have to have a good time. I mean, we're celebrating. We have a very good reason for celebrating.
We are celebrating. If anybody heard me take an enormous sip of my coffee as you're listening to this podcast versus watching, it was a good time. We showed up at Cardinals Stadium, State Farm Stadium, to the Great Lawn, which is its appropriate name, actually. If you're not from here, it's called the Great Lawn.
Mm-hmm.
And there is room for everybody. There were thousands and thousands of Cardinals fans. At one end was more open and some kids' play areas. And as you walked in, the drummers were drumming and the cheerleaders were cheering, and Big Red was taking photos. Of course, my first stop was to get my 21 and over wristband.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, come on.
I mean, it was right there, to be fair. Then there were plenty of food setups, but I immediately needed to get some shade. I am a fair lady.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that's like, I think.
I know what that's like.
And any sense of sunlight causes me to immediately turn red. And I sought out the members area, which happened to be ticket holders. So season ticket holders. Now that was in a beer garden. And then if you had club level seats, you got to go into the Heritage building and be in the super extra shade.
Ooh.
But I'm not club level, so.
Yeah, I know. I'm not club level either.
But it was fine because the actual beer garden area was pretty shaded. They had all of the ticket reps were there. Unfortunately, my ticket rep had been promoted, and I don't know who my new ticket rep is yet, but we met with a lovely young lady. She still gave me my free gift for attending, which was a Cardinals scarf. Oh, I have it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think that they've had those scarves for a while because we got those as gifts a while ago too.
And they're like, here's the extras. We'll do it again. And they had popcorn and snacks for just freebies out there and infused waters for freebies. And then, of course, the beer and food bar was open for purchase. And there's a huge screen and then picnic tables at this was the far end of the Great Lawn. And I thought that was amazing because there were people with chairs. Do you go to the Great Lawn ever?
My first year with season tickets, I did tailgate in the Great Lawn. One of my good friends, Jamie, and his wife, Melissa, and I all hung out and did that the first year. And then after that, I had met my husband and we started tailgating in the Gray Lot. So I've only done the Great Lawn the first year.
I've never done the Great Lawn. We were tailgating in the green lot, which is more on the visitors end. But now with my new tickets, I'm in orange, which puts me in the Great Lawn, I believe, if we
Oh,
wanted
good.
to.
Good.
So they had it though. I thought my point is they had the tables all set up for
Mhm.
people in the general admission area. Some people are pros and they bring their chairs.
Mhm.
And then some people were like, hey, let's go hang out and see what happens. So they made sure there was seating for people regardless, which I thought was really thoughtful.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They had a huge stage. And, I'm talking all about it, but I have a really great clip that I panned so everybody can kind of see what's going on. We'll pop that in. Looks like a good time, right? Um, Charlotte, I got to meet the cheerleaders. And let me tell you, I was a little at first I thought, does a 45-year-old woman approach the cheerleaders and ask for a photo?
I wonder how often that happens because I'm pretty sure it's quite rare.
I would think it's rare. It was mostly dudes and
Mhm.
children.
Yeah, the kids love the cheerleaders.
And I thought, you know what? I'm looking cute today. And I asked and I got a photo. Do you think you would have gotten a photo?
Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, nothing
If I
against the
peer
cheerleader.
pressured you.
Nothing against the cheerleaders. I don't think so. I mean, I would happily take a photo with them.
Yeah.
I have one friend that used to be a cheerleader. Her name's Chelsea, and she was in TV. And so I've known her for a while, and she's a doll and has so much energy and so bubbly. And she's the typical cheerleader. So I would take a photo with Chelsea, but
Not
she's not on the team anymore.
And we're like getting older and much more cynical. And also, I mean, I can only speak for myself. I didn't feel as cute once I got up there,
Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
but
This,
they were so gracious. They're like, do you want to stand in the middle and we'll shake our palms? And I'm like, okay. And then I did a jump, which I'll show you guys that too if you really want to see it.
ooh.
That was really fun. Big Red was running around, took some photos with him. And then the moment everyone was waiting for, the Cardinals were on the clock. And it was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But the Cardinals were fast on each of
They
their picks,
were.
which I love because why did the Bears have to take like 6 minutes to tell us they were going to choose Caleb Williams, which
We
everybody already
all
knew?
freaking knew. We all freaking knew who they were going to take. So that was interesting. I think they wanted to like play with us or make it even more dramatic.
Behind the scenes, I'm wondering if there were like last minute calls to try and, get that one spot, but that would take a lot of draft capital to take the first spot, I think.
Absolutely. And I would think that would maybe be something that was in the works before.
You would think for sure. It would take a lot of planning to be like, hey, by the way, I know you're on the clock and all, but so anyway, we had the reaction. If anybody caught that, I tweeted it out. It was live, but I know it was spur of the moment, so I didn't really expect anybody to be there living with me. But the reaction was fun.
Mhm.
Everybody was screaming, jumping around.
With the fourth pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Marvin.
I was able to interview a handful of people that were in my vicinity. One woman, she said she wanted Marvin Harrison Jr. because she wants the best of the best. And
Okay.
nothing against that Rome guy. She's and nothing against that Malik guy.
Oh, wow.
I want the best of the best. I'm like, all right. And then she was like, high five.
Love it. Love it. I love it. I was actually in my car when they drafted Marvin Harrison Jr. and I recorded it because I was at a stoplight and I was waiting. So I recorded it just to save it.
Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver, Ohio State.
I got to celebrate in my car.
I love that you celebrated in your car. I think everybody should have stopped what they were doing and celebrated where they were. The draft is becoming a much bigger deal, I think, year after year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw you tweeting about Darius Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
You love this. Tell us.
Well, I love it because he is born and raised in Michigan in Detroit area, and he went to Canton Prep, and I believe he's from Southfield. So I was super excited to see that. And another reason why was there were a few Cardinals fans who were kind of hemming and hawing about why did we choose him? Why did we choose him? And then I saw this amazing video. I retweeted it on my Twitter, Shaff, you got to check it out. 2 minutes. He's just going on about what he does every week when he's preparing for a game. And this guy is locked and loaded. He is focused. He is ready every single day of the week. He is working on anything and everything to make sure that he is going to be the best player possible on game day. And I think we all have to be incredibly excited as Cardinals fans that we have someone who is so into, playing and being the best he can. And we need that.
I agree. I think we really need that too. And I really think that is why the Cardinals chose him. They're
Mhm.
trying to build a specific culture, and that's what fits into that culture. Not that any of these other players wouldn't fit into that culture, but he seems to have gone above and beyond to say, I am cut from the same kind of cloth.
Absolutely. And I'm just really excited to see what he can do for the team and get everybody excited.
Yeah, the feedback I had seen similarly, people were excited. It's not like they were down on picking Darius Robinson, but I think a lot of people had in their head that we were going to pick Nate Wiggins, who ended up going to the Ravens at 30, I believe. So a couple more spots and Nate Wiggins landed. So it was kind of, I think, in a fan's mind, sort of a toss up of who we would
Right.
end up in that defensive spot. I did see Darius Robinson in plenty of mocks too. So
Yeah.
it felt like kind of a 50-50, but seeing that extra bit that you mentioned
Mhm.
makes it like, okay, I get it.
Yes. Yeah. Gotta love those Michigan boys. Even if
For
he went to the zoo, he's still a Michigander. So I'm super excited to see him play.
I love that. It was funny because last night I tweeted something not similar along the same lines. I don't know why I'm saying this is similar, but player Ricky Pearsall was drafted and he started his career at ASU and they were showing a bunch of ASU clips and he didn't finish there, but I was like, forks up and got some replies back. So it's true. It's like once somebody is someplace, they kind of belong there. That's their
They sure
place.
do. They sure do. And I wonder what ASU fans are thinking today after that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm wondering as well, if you are an ASU fan and you saw that pick, did you expect it to be so late in the game? Did you expect it to be sooner? Is it right on time? I personally think it's right on time in the first round is a great place to be for any ASU player.
Absolutely.
Got to be proud of that.
Yes.
The other thing that I found to be really fun at the event was there were players walking around mingling with season ticket holders, general admission fans. They had autograph booths set up where you could go have a meet and greet. I happened to catch Dante Stills, defensive lineman, number 55. OMG, he is the cutest thing. First of all, I asked him a question Let's play that clip.
Dante, what are you looking forward to most about the upcoming season?
Winning games.
Winning games, is that
Sure.
about it?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, good, I love it.
So winning, Charlotte. He's looking forward to winning.
Wow. Wow. That is
In-
surprising. I've never heard of that.
Very in-depth journalism right now.
It is. It is. Wow. Wow. You really beat him down to get the best out of him.
I know. I couldn't help it. His smile, though, his smile is the cutest. He
Oh.
smiles like when you would ask your kids when they were like 3 to say cheese.
Oh.
That is his smile. And I just melted and I'm like, okay, can we now take a selfie? Because I was filming him, as you could see, so that I could get a proper response. I didn't have all of my equipment with me, weirdly enough, but so then we took a selfie and I still had it on video. And he's like, oh, you're on video. And I'm fumbling and he just takes my phone and fixes it for me.
Oh, I love that.
I know. And then the final photo is that huge, just cheesing. What a down to earth guy for real.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love to hear that.
Me too. And again, I think that's just part of what the team is building, just a very humble and exciting kind of group.
Hmm.
Warms your heart. Did you happen to see the clip of Kyler's reaction of Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I did. I did. I was very excited about that. And I also noted the jersey he was wearing. Did you notice the jersey he was wearing?
I was going to ask you the same thing. Why don't you tell us since you're talking?
So he was wearing Anquan Bolden's jersey. And I don't know about you guys, but there's a little bit of discussion about, what number is Marvin Harrison Jr. going to wear? And some people are saying Larry should be able to pass it on to him. Other people are like, no, that's Larry's number. He can't wear his dad's old number, 88. So I think that the best idea, in my opinion, is to have him wear 81 for Anquan.
I'm wondering if that was an Easter egg.
Ooh, Kyler and Easter eggs? Wow, I love it.
Look at me spreading rumors.
Look at you. That is okay, that's pretty good. I didn't think about that. That is an Easter egg, girl. That is.
I can't think of any other reason other than to just be like casually throwback.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that anybody can wear Larry's number. Larry is the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When I think of 11, I think of Larry. And I mean, I hope that Marvin is just as amazing, but I feel as though Larry deserves to have that number 11 for forever with the Cardinals.
Me too. This has been really fun. I now want to change gears a little bit. And you had an event at the same time, Big Brothers,
Mhm.
Big Sisters of Central Arizona, and they had their own draft party.
Mhm.
Tell us
Yeah.
about how that went.
Well, it went great. So I am good friends with the head of Big Brothers Big Sisters. She's been a mentor of mine for a while, and I help them with PR. And one of our big endeavors this past month or so was to get people to come to the big draft party, which was at their location off of 16th Street in Osborne. And last night they had a free draft party, and they had food from the Habit Burger and free drinks, and they were playing the draft. And part of the reason why they did this, or the main reason why they did it, is that they are looking to recruit more men, especially in the West Valley, to be mentors to young boys. And we were very excited to have a Cardinal player there, and he was absolutely darling, Jonathan Ledbetter. He was there to sign autographs and take photos. So I've got a photo here of him. And he autographed my draft hat that I bought a couple years ago. I always bring my Sharpie with me when I'm out and about, because you never know when you might be able to get an autograph. He was darling. He was really great to just chat with, we had asked him initially, you know, what did you think during draft day? And he said, actually, I didn't get drafted. I didn't get drafted in those 3 days. And he said it was humbling and it was a good thing because it put a chip on his shoulder to really work his butt off. So I thought that was very admirable. And he just seems like a wonderful guy and a great part of the team. So it was an honor to meet him last night.
I love that. Jonathan Ledbetter was the Cardinals Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee. And I noticed he was not at Super Bowl week at the Walter Payton event, which was actually a lot of gardening and stuff like that. So now it makes sense because he's been rehabbing that injury. So that makes a lot of sense. So I love that you got to meet him. And I didn't know that he wasn't drafted. It never really crossed my mind. So
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I didn't know that story. And he said that he even had like a little party and everything and didn't get drafted. And that's something that always breaks my heart when I hear about that with players. But
Mhm.
it also made me feel inspired by him and his spirit to know that, hey, I didn't get drafted, but I still worked my butt off and I was able to get into an NFL team. And I think he started in Miami before he came here. So good for him. I mean, in the end, we're watching this draft and we have so much excitement over these players who are getting drafted, but we have to remember, just like that, you know, that boy from Gilbert and the last man drafted in the 49ers, I mean, you never know what's going to happen. So it doesn't matter if they're drafted in the first round or the last pick or they're not drafted. You know, look at Kurt Warner. So I feel as though we have to really look at the big picture when it comes to the draft. And it's not just about when you were drafted and what number you were at, but what do you actually do after that draft? What do you actually do to put in the work and be a part of an NFL team?
Ah, so well said. Charlotte, do you have anything else going on locally that anybody should know about?
Oh gosh. Usually I always have something amazing to promote. And right now, I would just say in May, if you guys love sandwiches, and who doesn't love sandwiches, you got to check out Miracle Mile Deli. They are an iconic restaurant in the Phoenix area, and they're celebrating their 75th anniversary this May. So if you want to check out their deals and gift card giveaways, they're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff this May. So check out Miracle Mile Deli.
I love Miracle Mile. The
Mm.
hot pastrami, oh my gosh, to
Yep.
die for.
Yep. I like the New Yorker on grilled rye. That is my sandwich.
Grilled rye, so good. Yes, definitely check them out. Congratulations, Miracle Mile, on 75 years in the Phoenix area. Well, that's all I have, everybody. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share with us your own draft reactions and anything else you want to talk about. I'm at Kelly in Phoenix, and Charlotte is at Shar Shaff. So, find us. Let us know what's on your mind.
Can't
And
wait to chat with you guys on Twitter and see you online.
see you next week. Bye.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.